Alright guys, so this is part 2 of my Laloon how-to. So in this one I'm going to focus on how we break down bases to know whether to Laloon them or not. So I'm going to focus on this base here. This was the enemy's number 14, so you can see he doesn't have any expos. He's an 8.75, but he has very high level walls, mostly lavas, so that should be a key to make you think maybe I should consider air on this base. Valkyries really would suffer trying to get through these high level walls. You need to take multiple jump spells. So you're going to think, can I air attack this base? So, you decide you're going to use air, which is going to mostly be a Laloon attack. Dragons just aren't going to work with this many high level air defenses. With the blowers. Blowers are covering all the air defenses here, and he's got a level 27 queen, which is not a low level queen. So first thing we're going to look at when we consider a Laloon is how would I pull the clan castle. So we take a look at the clan castle radius. Conveniently, this guy is giving us a very friendly lure. If you look at it, you can just deploy a few balloons onto this air defense. If this air defense is zapped out, you apply some balloons to that archer tower, you're going to get a pull there. And then you're going to leave an L here with these remaining 3 air defenses, which is going to trap the queen in the middle, which is what you want. Either the pups or your skeleton spell under rage is going to take her out. So also what you want to do, ideally when you're doing the lure, you're going to want to cut a funnel from the defenses so that your lava hounds and balloons all go in either a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. So looking here, we zap this air defense out. That's going to be gone. We deploy a couple of balloons to this cannon and a couple to this archer tower. We're going to cut a nice swath so that these balloons will go from here down to here, and they will work in a clockwise direction. Even though they'll be fighting that blower rage spell, we'll get them through, and then they'll go from one air defense to the next, and we can target balloons all around this outside, 2 to 3 balloons per defense, and it's just going to be too much for the base. So let's go ahead and see what Iggy does here. We're going to always start off with the Zap, Quake, and the Lure. So let's see which he's actually going to go from the top there. So zaps that out. So another good choice. Again, here you look at that air defense and the CC radius. Once that's gone, a few balloons to this will take care of business. So 2 balloons to that archer tower, 1 to that cannon. It's going to take that out. Absorbs a red air mine. Pulls out a baby dragon and a wizard, and actually triggers a red air mine and a black air mine, which is really nice. Pulls to that dark elixir storage. Is going to do the second step, which is to kill the clan castle. And in a queen pop, you can't really afford to take a lot of troops to kill the clan castle. You're going to utilize your archer queen to do it. And you're going to want a few archers to protect. So in this case, she uses 3 archers spread out in a little arc, and puts the archer queen down behind. So most of the time, you're going to have to pull the ability for the archer queen, which look at how fast that works through it. And then you're going to work on a rotational deployment. So still going to do a clockwise deployment. Going to start there with 1 lava hound at the top left, with balloons coming in behind, targeted at the defenses. And then you're going to send your second lava hound in at a separate angle. You do not send them in on top of each other with balloons behind. So you can see Archer Queen aggroing on that max hound. Rage spell is used there, both to speed up the balloons, and you really want to focus on getting those rage spells deep. You do not want to put them too shallow, or they won't help kill the Archer Queen. So you can see she wasted no time getting the second round, sending here to the second air defense at an angle with an arc of balloons behind, 2 to 3 targeted, another rage spell, and you can see the skeleton spell is down there in the core to go to work on that archer queen. So flying in, balloons working. Lava Hounds have already moved on to that third air defense there, and she saved a few back end balloons to work in on those air targeting defenses down there. Archer Queen's dead, and it's just going to be way too much for this base. So adios. If you had struggled with ground in the past, you can see those walls would be a big pain in the butt, but she makes short work of it with air, and that's just the end of that base. So Barb King isn't even used except for cleanup, and that's the end of that. So let's move along, and we'll see if we can see the next base. We're going to watch Zyrillis here, who only has level 1 hounds and very low level heroes. Again, you can see even this base, level 12 Archer Queen, max air defenses, it's not going to matter, even with no Archer Queen ability to take this out. So let's see what he does. Again, we're going to look at getting a deployment in a counterclockwise or clockwise fashion. So he chooses to zap out that northernmost right air defense, takes it out. You can see the CC radius here, and what he's looking at is once that air defense is down, he can use 4 or 5 balloons to take out those Town Hall 7 level air defense or archer towers. They're going to work their way in. Look at all the value he gets for 6 balloons here, just cutting a big swath through, killing multiple air targeting defenses, triggering some air traps, and pulling the clan castle. So out comes the clan castle. He's already anchored an archer on the corner there to pull the minions and the dragon that came out. Going to use a poison. Now, the reason he uses a poison here is his Archer Queen is only level 4, which means no ability. So he needs to take some extra archers to cover that Archer Queen. If that Archer Queen were level 5 or level 10, you wouldn't even need the poison or the extra archers. So you can see the poison's working, archers working. Archer Queen is going to focus on that dragon, take it down. And then we're going to watch the deployment of the hounds and the balloons here in just a second. So chooses to go from the south here, and what you can see, no more defenses here, so the balloons have no choice but to go in a clockwise fashion. 2 to 3 balloons to each defense, so wasting no time in getting both sets of balloons and hounds sent to those 2 first air defenses. Turns out there was a troll Tesla there in the corner, which is going to get made short work of conveniently. Rage spell there, pushing those first balloons through, killing those Teslas. Big Tesla farm there, it's not going to matter. They're going to smoke right through that. Saves a balloon for the back end. You can see great deployment here, great rage spell. He does not have a Skelly here because he had to take that poison, but it's not going to matter because the Archer Queen's actually going to pop the hounds, and then the Lava Pups under Rage are going to ice that level 12 Archer Queen in a matter of seconds. There she goes. Hounds popping. Plenty of pups for cleanup. Barb King, again, only used just to clean the trash. So you don't even need both heroes. Oftentimes this can be done while a hero's on upgrading. And that's the end of that base. So that gives you an idea. I'll go ahead and move on to our most recent war and show one more great Lava Hound attack and break it down for you. So we'll go ahead and we'll move on to Iggy attacking here on the number 12. So again, when you're looking to break down a base, this might look tough. Expo's on air. He does have a low level Archer Queen, but he gives you the CC lure here. So that's always the first thing to look at. How do I lure the CC? You look here, if you zap out this air defense, put a few balloons on that, it's going to be an easy lure. Then we're going to look at the blower placement. So here, blower pointing away, blower pointing away. If we attack this air defense and we go in a clockwise fashion, we're not going to be working into any of those blowers. It's just going to be too easy. So the other thing is getting that earthquake spell on as many defenses as possible. You can see the earthquake affected that expo, that cannon, that archer tower, that whiz tower, that archer tower, and that blower, which is really good. In goes those 3 or 4 balloons. They're going to pull that clan castle out. Not much in there, just a whiz and a minion. Use the Archer Queen to kill it. And there goes. Here we go. You can see a nice cut here. It's going to allow that Lava Hound in at an angle to that first air defense with some targeted balloons. Waste no time. You can see the quickness of the deployment here. Getting the second round of balloons in. Rage spell down there to encourage the first set of balloons through that core. You're going to see the second one go down. Really help work it out. As they're working in here, skeleton spell used on Archer Queen. And the popping hounds are going to... She's dead. So you can see how fast that killed her. Balloons working in. No hounds left, but there's really no defenses left to make any difference. They're going to work right through that and make short work of it. So Barb King is going to be totally swagged. I don't know too many attacks where you can totally swag a Barb King, but this is the only one I've seen. So great job there by Iggy, and I think that's really going to wrap up our how-to for this one. So thanks for tuning in, and get back at me next time.